Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode we were in the trial and a lot of things were going on, man. We got Jake Marshall to confess that he was indeed the fake Bruce Goodman who attacked Mike Meekins in the evidence room, and his reasons for doing so were pretty sad, honestly. Um, his brother was killed, and it was during the SL9 incident, and he believes that there's more to the story there that is being covered up, so he did what he had to do. It's not the best thing that he did, but, can you really blame him? Anyway, so it looked really bad for us because that means, if there wasn't a murder in the police department, then the only murder that was committed was the one of Bruce Goodman in the prosecutor's parking lot. And apparently Lana did it. So it wasn't looking good. But then Emma came back at the last minute and brought up the whole that bloody handprint on Gumshoe's locker. So now I think we're gonna have to do something about that because we can't just give up. Even though I don't care for Lana much, I care for Emma. So let's see what we can do about this. Okay, could there be something I'm missing? I'm gonna say yes. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. There you go. He thinks we're grasping at straws, but whatever. See? Grasping. I knew he was gonna say that for some reason. The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on here? Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. There you go. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? I think this... Okay. We have floor plans, blood, looking at the angle. Ah, I think I remember now. Do I have to present the video again? Because if you look at the video... Okay, there's the locker, and look what's in front of the locker. It's right in front of our face. Okay. I'm not sure if I have to present that, or do I have to present this dude here? Let's do this one then. See, he was allegedly dancing in the evidence room at the time of the murder, so... So where and how did that bloody handprint get there then? What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Nice! Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So, watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Oh, it looked so much closer than that. Huh. Well, what? Ugh. Ugh. That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. There we go.
Whoa!
Looks like he got fatally wounded.
So that means, just exactly what does that mean?
It means it can't be done.
What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker.
Don't look at me. I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
Emma.
On that afternoon,
She helped us a lot.
Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in? Exactly. Now you're using your brain.
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
What? It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. It's not that far-fetched. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. And that explains that big blood stain on the floor. We know that could not have come from just one cut in the hand. Come on now.
But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. That wasn't caught on camera? Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been... Yes! Detective Goodman, when he was really murdered. Doo-doo-doo. Oh yeah, I love this song. I feel like we haven't heard this in forever. It's been a while. Let's do it. That's ridiculous. I'll refute you. Refute me. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves it occurred. When did the first incident occur?
To surmise, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was disguised as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room.
The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur? Proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place?
I believe... Is it this one? No, that's the last... Never mind. The log. Let's see. So, okay. Mike Meekins came in at 4:50 to put the blue badger in there. Miles Edgeworth was there at 4:40. So, the only other time someone was there, who we don't know who it was, Mr. 7777 at 4:20. So, yeah, 4:20. Had to have been then. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the perpetrator would had to have entered the room. In order to do so, an ID card is required.
An ID card? Oh, the ID card record.
Officer Meekins brought... Oh my god, I swear. This is hours later, okay? And I'm yawning. I was not yawning for the past few hours when I was doing other things. So as soon as I came in this room, I started yawning again. It is this room. So I'm sorry, guys. Until I can figure out what I can do to get more oxygen in this room or something, I'm gonna have to keep yawning. I'm so sorry about that. I find that so unprofessional. I'm really sorry about that. It's so annoying. Okay. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's
see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Ah! Ah! Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done?
Oh dear. Do not be pointing the finger at Edgeworth again. Oh no.
I never figured you had nerve, boy.
Put off the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me.
Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either.
It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. I'd say fortunately for you, because that means you're not a suspect.
That would mean the crime must have taken place.
Jesus. Now I yawn so hard my jaw hurts.
The crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining, which is 77777777.
Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Officer Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Huh. Oh, I know. Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 777777. I don't... Wait, is that 7 by 7? It is 7. 7, 7. 7 by 7. I don't know. 7 times 7.
Mr.
Excuse me. What the hell kind of voice was that?
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP.
He said it just like I did. Wait, did you add an extra 7 in there? Hold on. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. I think you added an extra one.
Find out whose ID number is 77777777.
Yep. You counted too, Edgeworth. Alright. That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present. What?
Explain yourself, son.
The ID number 77777, I give up, 7 by 7, belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. Oh no. But that's ridiculous. Just how? I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. Oh, excuse us. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted.
An official charge?
You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates.
I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself.
Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Yes?
No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive.
Lana. Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number, and it's not 7x7.
Don't blame me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask.
Oh boy.
All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Oh snap. Uh-oh. Cliffhanger? Oh, there she is. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. Oh, she cut him off. Oh, no. At least, I did. Yeah, we have felt that too before. I mean, that's the way the law is in this country. Sometimes we get screwed over by it. It's supposed to uphold justice, but there's so many loopholes and red tape and bureaucracy. I'm not going to get too much into it, but it's not a perfect system. I mean, I don't know if there's anything actually that exists that is perfect. But here we go. Ugh.
Lana!
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't.
Oh no. I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Why won't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. Oh no. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. Oh boy.
But Lana!
Even if it involved forging evidence. Which means Edgeworth was innocent. Dang. Yeah, everybody's like shocked.
See? That's what I'm talking about. No! No! Order! 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 Order!
Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Oh dear. To be continued. Dang. I mean, that is pretty much huge for a, a chief prosecutor to admit that. Oh, Lord. Of course, Edward's upset. I mean, he would never, even though they accused him, he would never be okay with using forged evidence. Oh, geez. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, and until next time, have a nice day. Bye.